Hello and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z, the podcast all about movies. Each episode is about a singular movie, and of course, we'll introduce today's movie in a little bit. But first, let me invite you, yes, you, the listener, to join us in the fan vote. You can recommend your movie by going to ff.filmfreaks@gmail.com and sending us a request there, or by going to the latest episode of Film Freaks with a Z and commenting a movie you'd like us to review, or by going on to my Discord, the Ferret Nation Discord, and you can type in a movie you want us to watch in the in the movie stuff section if you so desire. Or if you're on the podcast, like a certain someone today, you can just tell us on here and we'll write it down. Um, but yeah, if you want to join in on that, the vote happens during Tay's episode. So you got a little bit of time, and usually new movies get on the vote first. All right, before we introduce the movie, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I'm here with...
Greedy Waffles.
Taymation.
And color stuff the blue.
And of course, we are joined by special guest returning for the second time, college student and NFL picks extraordinaire. Who's here?
It's me. I'm Coco Gamer. I'm back, guys. Just for one episode, but I'm back.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
Welcome back. AKA Demonic Coco.
Yes.
Yes. We're in their Discord.
So, Coco, how's college life treating you?
It's been an experience. Recently, one of my teachers just got COVID, so
Oof.
I hope.
That's not
What a great start.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then last Friday, one of my teachers canceled because of the internet.
Man,
It's been
would
awful for the college.
you say that there was a hiccup in your college?
Yes, there was.
Kind of pushing it there.
Podcast over. See you guys.
Callus laughed and Coco's laughing.
I didn't get it. I'm
It's so
too old for
bad.
that.
Oh.
Coco,
All right.
would you say college is easier or harder than high school?
I'm not liking starting essays already, but so far
Essays
it's been
suck.
easier.
Too early to tell. Too early.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so.
it's too early to tell.
All right. Well, Coco, go ahead and introduce the movie for today for us, please.
Yeah, see if you can remember how to introduce a movie.
Well, other than Yemmy's very bad hint joke, I should say, we are watching How to Train Your Dragon. This is the first one in the series, and it came out. I think, like early 2000.
2000.
2010.
2010. Oh, I was wrong then. And I wanted to start this conversation is because I haven't watched this movie in I think a couple of years, so I was really paying attention to the animation. And I think when Astrid first met like Toothless and they were flying down in the dark, I didn't really find like any animation problems in this movie.
Well, it's
I
definitely an
didn't-
ugly movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the character animations are kind of stiff, and like the
Yeah, I'd say-
facial stuff
I'd
is
say
kind of bad. The hair,
it's-
not too
it's-
great.
Half good, half bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
Like the
that
character
bad at all,
animation,
actually.
yes, was bad, but then some of the just scenery and stuff was very pretty.
Oh yeah, when they're
Yeah.
flying around on Toothless, it looks great, and then
Yeah.
when they're just kind of like milling about, like I don't know, they just don't look that great. And obviously, it's 2010, so like
Yeah.
whatever. But still, it's it's one of those things that you just kind of notice throughout the movie. Like when you get close-ups of characters, they just don't look that great.
Yeah, I noticed that when like the big Vikings dudes, they just seemed like off-putting. Just like yeah, they look cool, but it just seemed like they didn't fit on screen. Which I don't know. That could be the thing they were going
They
for.
want
but-
him to look
Yeah, that's probably what
big.
they're going for.
Yeah.
I actually didn't really have that much problems with like the animation, except for like the dad. Like every time they showed his face, I was just very thrown off by it. Like he was the only one that bothered me.
They
For
put
me,
too
it was
much in-
Hiccup.
Yeah, they made him like unnaturally small.
Well, not just that, like just his facial expression and like the face textures on his face just looked very like plasticky and fake. Like I mean that's how a lot of 3D animation looked back, even back then. They hadn't quite figured out skin textures. Like
Yeah, true.
even in the second movie, like I ended up watching the second movie. They had figured out like the facials and the character movements looked much better.
Swallow that mic, Tay.
I'm swallowing it.
Deep throat it.
I am like an inch away from it. I'll get closer. Is this better?
No, that's worse.
That's what
That's what I thought.
But going off the animation, I did think like the dragons moving and everything else was pretty good. So I do agree with that.
Yeah, Toothless was animated really well, and I mean, it's pretty much just animate a dog and put wings on it. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was. I think the dragons were animated pretty well. And like I said, when they were like flying on Toothless, like through the different environments, like those all looked great. Like the cloud work and stuff like that. Like the one thing you can say that this movie did really well in the animation department is like the fog and the smoke and fire. Like that all looked great.
Yeah.
I do think the movie had like great direction, especially when the dragons were flying around. It gave me feelings of like when I watched Top Gun Maverick with like those just really cool aerial scenes and like the way the camera moves along with the characters. I just thought that part was like very well done.
Yeah.
And I really like just like how like if you're watching, you've watched it before, you know a lot of the like I guess my mind just went blank. Like when they're setting things up, like they'll say something and then it'll come into play a little later, and they did a really good job of foreshadowing. That's the word. Foreshadowing a bunch of stuff in this movie.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing too. Like when the fire like went into the tiny dragon's mouth, and Hiccup was like, "Oh, so you don't like the insides of your your insides don't like fire," or whatever he said.
You're not as fireproof on the inside.
Yeah, that kind of foreshadowed the final battle. So that was cool.
Yeah, to pick up on that. So that's cool.
Yeah, with the references to the end.
Well, not even just the end, just throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the one payoff with like the shield bashing, how they like disorient, whatever called
Disoriented.
Yeah.
The dragons, like that's the only payoff that was like negative in the end because they hurt their own dragons. So
Right, they did not think that through.
yeah.
That's kind of jokey kind of style when they got into this. Oh, which kind of brings me to the next point. Who was your favorite character in this movie?
Can I say Toothless?
Yeah, Toothless.
Probably Toothless.
Okay, when we rephrase that, who is the favorite person in this movie? Because Toothless is amazing in the movie.
Human character? Okay.
Human character.
Probably the big fat kid.
Yeah, he was
Jonah Hill.
For me, it was probably the blacksmith, the Craig Ferguson's character.
Oh, I do like
one
Blacksmith.
arm, one
Yeah,
leg.
He was a good character.
Gobber.
Gobber. Hiccup, like I like Hiccup, but at the same time I also hate Hiccup. Just the way he's, especially the actor who played him.
Yeah.
Like it's just he sometimes is like too like emotionless. Just that's the thing I did.
I hate to say this, but you got to move the mic away from your mouth now.
God damn it!
Oh, the turntables.
You just can't win.
I can't win. This better? This good?
You're still peaking.
Okay. There.
Do you guys?
That's better.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
My favorite character is Rough and Tough.
Who?
Which one?
Oh,
is
the
that?
twins.
It was the twins.
Oh, the twins.
With the join dragon. Yeah, I like them.
They're pretty funny. Do you know how like some actors have this like a punchable face?
Yes.
Would you guys say that Hiccup's actor has a punchable acting?
Hiccup
He
in
has a punchable
his-
voice.
Yeah, true. His voice
That
isn't-
just kept taking me out of the movie was his voice. Like it didn't. I don't know. It just didn't match the character that was in the movie.
Or any of like it just all around like just it seemed like a weird like almost like a fish out of water situation where they just took some random kid from America and went, "Here, you're now a Viking." Ah, well, okay, I guess I'm a Viking. And I will say he does better in the second one,
Well, that's good.
but yeah, this first
Yeah.
I'm just like it was a choice, and that he went with that choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Maybe it
leads
was
me to-
done on purpose.
I think
Yeah, it could be on
a little
purpose,
bit.
just to show how young he is. in
I
the
don't
story.
know.
No,
They
well,
could done
how
it better,
awkward-
though, I
they were
should
trying to
say.
make him look the like be awkward and like kind
Yeah.
of be like smart and witty, but it just came off as like an emotionless, annoying to hear voice.
Yeah, I just didn't think the voice fit the character. You know, like you think of a character like Buzz Lightyear, and you know, he like his voice actor. I think Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
Perfect for the role, right?
Well, Buzz is Tim Allen.
To Buzz, Tim
Oh,
Allen,
yeah,
you're
Tim
right,
Allen.
you're right.
Yeah,
Perfect
which
for the
is-
role, right?
Yeah.
But then then I think of Toothless, and the person who voiced the character just it doesn't fit in my mind. Like it just
You mean Hiccup?
Toothless didn't have a voice.
Yeah, Hiccup.
Hiccup,
not
yeah,
Toothless.
whatever.
I was like, wait, Toothless talked.
I wish
I
it
forgot
was
that
done.
part.
He kind of did. He went ar 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 ar.
Yeah.
Yeah, make grunt
Well,
noises.
according to these credits, Mike Bell did the dragons. So
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I guess the roars.
That's
Give this,
technically
give this man an Oscar. Come on.
I'm surprised it wasn't Alan Tudyk. He voices
I'm
every
surprised it
animal.
wasn't Vin Diesel.
I'm surprised it wasn't Michael Winslow.
The Rock.
Get Dwayne in there.
Jeez. Don't give him ideas.
Okay, so I have a really big gripe for this movie for me personally. And I don't know if anyone's going to agree with me, but I felt like there really wasn't much earned in this movie. Like, you know, when his father's like, "I disown you," and Hiccup says the same line, like, "I'm sorry." Like, what are you sorry for? You know,
Exactly. What'd you do?
it was just a weird
Sorry
thing.
for lying.
But
about the dragon.
then almost immediately after, you know, a scene later, his dad's like, "Oh, I love you now because you're useful." Like, okay,
'Cause you saved
way
my
to go,
life.
Dad.
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
the father's. Sorry.
you know,
Well, beforehand,
the
he
relationship
realized-
with. Hold on, you can talk in one
Okay.
second, Callus. I also want to say, like, the relationship between the Hiccup and the girl. Just, I mean, she takes one ride on a dragon and she loves him. Like, this isn't Aladdin. You know, I don't know. It was just really like unearned. Like at the end of the ride, she's kissing him on the cheek and leaving. It's like, how is this earned in any way? I don't know. Callus, take the stage.
Okay, well, let's go back to your fourth point with Dad.
Rewind.
Daddy.
I feel like, you know, when he was in the middle of the battle and this giant dragon shows up, that's when I realized, like, oh shit, I should listen to my son, you know?
Yeah. Well,
And, like,
even
you know, by the
before,
time-
even before that, when he, you know, says, I have no son. You see him walk out, and he immediately, like, you could tell he's like torn about it. Like, I love this kid, but he frustrates me. But also, this was painful, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, even
I'm
before that, like he doesn't love him until he's useful to the Vikings, and then as soon as he's done being useful, he disowns him. Like, Dad of the
Exactly.
year over here, like,
I would say,
I-
he's not a great dad for sure, but
but
you
like
can tell
his
he's a little
redemption
torn
really
about
isn't
it.
earned in my opinion. Like
that's fair.
I think Hiccup would be. I mean, if I was Hiccup, I'd still be like, "Wow, fuck you, Dad! Like you disowned me like 5 minutes ago. What the fuck?"
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I-
He did rescue Toothless from, you know, under the water, so he kind of like redeemed himself.
I mean, that's like a
he
baby step
said-
toward being redeemed.
He basically made it so Toothless would fall in the water anyway because of Bloody Dragon. Sorry, I hate the dad character in this movie.
Thank
He's
you.
just-
Preach.
He's just the worst character in this entire movie, and in the second one, I should say, he's the worst. It's because he's so manipulative and so toxic to him.
I agree with you there. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. I was just saying, he did seem a little torn up about it, and it's like I could kind of see him coming around, but it definitely should have been more than a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should, I mean, yeah. I think that having maybe Hiccup and Toothless work together with the dad during the ending part would have been a little bit better to kind of get the point across. But I mean, if I was a kid watching this movie, it's like, oh, I can just do one thing and I'm exonerated from all my past sins. It's like,
well, good thing he did. But yeah, it just seemed like this whole movie was just kind of like, this, and this, and then there was like no resolution to, like, I don't want to say resolution or like consequences to that action. It was just like, kind of like just Hollywood, kind of, Hollywood making. It was just like, oh, this happened because we said so. So it's like, okay, this is better now because we say so. It's like,
it's a fair point.
You could say the same thing about the relationship between the two main characters. Like, it's just so totally unearned. Like, she goes from despising him, and maybe she has a little bit of affection for how well he's taking down these dragons, but she seems mostly frustrated with him. Yeah. And then he kidnaps her, and it's like, is it Stockholm syndrome?
That's the fastest Stockholm syndrome ever.
Yeah, I do agree with you in regards to that relationship, to where it does feel very much unearned. But they're teenagers, they're like very fickle, and they'll change their mind like every other second.
It's true. All it takes is one magical ride on a dragon, and then you're in love. I mean, I would be.
I would be in love after riding Toothless.
Like, holy shit! Someone took me up on a dragon ride. They're so cool.
So what you're all saying is you would ride Toothless?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
You wouldn't, Yemmy?
Nah, dragons aren't my thing,
Yeah. Oh. You don't like dragons?
Dragging these nuts across your face.
There you go.
Anyway.
You got him.
Yeah. So for the father, his father literally basically almost got him killed.
Like twice or three times.
Banging on the metal. He blames Hiccup for that too.
Let's not forget that, like, in the middle of the movie, like, Hiccup doesn't want to be a Viking anymore, and his dad all of a sudden wants him to be a Viking. Like a complete and total shift. Like, I understand Hiccup not wanting to be a Viking anymore, but why is his dad all of a sudden just shift to, you should be a Viking. Here's your mother's boob helmet. Like,
well, you know why? It's because of that conversation he had with Goober. Gubber?
Yeah.
Gobber.
Goober.
Gubba. Yeah.
I like
Gubber.
I like goofy goobers.
Yes.
Yeah, it was weird because he just comes in. He's like, you start training tomorrow, and I'm like, what?
And Hiccup's like, no. I guess that's like the whole movie is like his dad's not listening to him, right?
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
They really, I mean, once again, they really don't resolve that in a way. Like,
well,
you would think
to be
that
fair, in the second movie, it's still not resolved.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
That's kind of a plot point.
This is my first time watching any of the How to Train Your Dragon movies, so I'm coming at it with like an adult perspective instead of like because when this movie came out, I mean it was 2010, so I was I was in high school. So, like, why would I go watch the kids movie about training your dragon,
See, I was out of high school, but for a few years, so I was just like, hey, cool, kids movie.
Yeah, I was like way out of high school, so how did I watch all three of them?
I watched all
because
three of
they're
them as
fun
well.
and they're cute.
Because you weren't playing Call of Duty in 2010. I was playing Call of Duty every day of the week. I'm not going to watch some baby movie about a dragon named Toothless.
You missed out.
Maybe I did.
Yeah, true.
Well, y'all watching How to Train Your Dragon, I was watching Shrek. A real man's movie.
That's a real.
Shrek came out way before this movie, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was a kid.
You watched it every day.
I also was watching Shrek.
Wait, when did the fourth Shrek come out?
Who cares?
Right.
Exactly.
Fair
It
enough.
doesn't exist.
Yeah. We don't need to go into that debate again.
I only say that because we all kind of disliked it when we watched it back in the day. So.
During the OG crew, huh?
Yeah.
Back on topic.
about to say it's not a Film Freaks episode without talking about another movie, right?
Yeah,
We've talked about several now.
But yeah, so yeah, his dad just never listens to him, and that carries on to the second movie. And like I said, it is a plot point.
So like the fake resolution in this one doesn't even matter. They just kind of start back at square one.
No, not back at square one. Like he's super proud of his son and everything. He just now it's like, oh, you're gonna be you have to do all these things. He's like, I don't want to do all these things. No, you have to do all these things, kind of thing.
So it's like, no, okay. He's like handing over the keys to the kingdom, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
And he's, I don't want it. I'm not listening to you. You have to.
So it is kind of the same, but a little bit more grandiose, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like he's trying to tell his father something important. It's like, yeah, just add it to the pile. That's what he said, basically what he says. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Several times. He does that several times. But anyway, back to the first movie. We're not talking about the second one.
Yeah, leave that for Yemmy's recommendation.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
So what you guys think of the ending, like the Queen Dragon, I should say? Queen of Dragons.
Yeah, that final part was like, I mean, kind of epic, you know? It was a really nice
I enjoyed
finale.
Yeah.
I loved when they went up to the clouds.
And broke the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
It was a little bit predictable that all the kids were going to get their own dragons. Even like when they were fighting them originally, I was like, oh, that one's fat, so the fat kid must get that one. And that one has two heads. Oh, there's two kids who are twins, you know? It was very easy to put the pieces together. But once again, you know, it's a kids movie. Try not to be too harsh on it for those types of things.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. But like,
I do wish they had used like their own dragons a little bit more, because the two guys kind of get knocked off immediately, and then you don't see the other ones as much. I was hoping for more like dragon on dragon action, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Cause, like the kids barely got any time to train, you know. Like they
didn't train their dragons, so of course
they didn't know how to.
Yeah, Hiccup's the only one who actually trained the dragon.
Yeah.
When they got over there, they were like perfectly flying.
Yeah.
To the thing.
Like, they don't even have any straps or anything.
Yeah.
Well, they had ropes.
Ooh.
That is true. They do have ropes, but
they were at that point the dragons
the horns.
Yeah.
They were definitely holding on to the horns.
Yeah, but their bodies had the ropes around them.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, that was one thing. Is like first thing we gotta do is you gotta be tethered to your dragon, and he handed everyone a rope.
I just saw them grabbing the horns, and I was like, "Oh, that's it."
And at that point, they're just following Toothless because he's like the
alpha.
Kind of, yeah, but not like
basically.
Technically, the queen's the alpha, but
well, I guess Toothless alpha now.
Yeah, there you go, beta alpha. He's the one who's clearly strongest, so he is in charge of all of them.
Remember when like Hiccup says, "I will never kill a dragon," and in the end, he really just Toothless just shoots a big fireball into this dragon's mouth.
But it was evil.
Yeah,
evil. He was an evil alpha dragon.
He spared all the other dragons, so I guess killing one isn't too bad.
Killing one to free all the rest, it's perfectly fine.
The ends justify the means. It's the trolley scenario. Would you rather kill all the dragons or kill one queen dragon?
Who is a monster and enslaves them to do her will.
So much I could talk about a second movie, but I won't.
I know. I'm trying not to.
It just connects so much. That's the thing.
It does.
Well, now you can recommend it and see if it wins.
Yeah, it's true.
Just do it soon, so I don't have to rewatch it.
Not gonna happen.
It's not gonna be till November, probably.
Well, either way, Coco wouldn't be on the next vote. He'd be on the next vote.
That's fine. Once it's within 6 months, that's what you have said. If we've watched it within 6 months, we don't have to rewatch it.
Did I say that? I don't remember.
You did.
Was that 6 months? I don't know.
Yep. It was because when you joined Callus, you asked about. Well, I
remember
watched it a year ago, and it was like, now if it was 6 months, I'd give it to you, but a year.
Yeah,
We'll have to
that's a
go
bit
back to the
much.
tapes.
Yeah, go back
to
to
the tapes.
Go back to the archives.
challenging it.
I don't know if we recorded that part. It might have been before. I think it was before we started recording.
No, it was during the episode. I
I
remember
feel
us
like
talking
most
about
of our
it in the
conversations
episode.
are on episodes. So.
Yeah.
There are a few things that get cut out, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers conversation at the end of like 2 episodes ago. But
Well, now everyone knows they missed out on it.
yeah,
Join
we missed
Yemmy's
out.
Patreon to hear that conversation.
No, don't do that. I don't. It's still under my old YouTube's name.
We'll update that, Yemmy.
Maybe later.
I'd say one of my favorite scenes in the How to Train Your Dragon movie is like when Hiccup is actually in that dragon school, I should say. Like, because I just really love that montage of it.
When he's doing what?
When he's like learning about the dragons, and he's with when the other side's with when he's with Toothless.
Oh,
training,
yeah.
training
He's
him
learning.
as well.
He's learning things from Toothless that he brings to school, like
Yeah.
that they're afraid of eels, that they like certain grass.
They like
That
pass
is a
out
good
at a
scene.
certain
They're like being
scratch point.
scratched under.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a
But
good
if you
scene.
scratch them under too far, they pass out or something else.
Yeah, something like that.
Apparently.
They love it so much. They're like, "Oh, the bump. I'm done."
Yeah, that's a pretty good montage in the middle, all the way up until when the elders
Yeah.
like says, "Hiccup, you're good to go. Join the clan." You know.
You're
And then they just ran leave. Yeah.
What about you guys? What's your favorite scene?
I like when Hiccup and like the whole class was in like the battle arena. I like those scenes. Those scenes were fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were trying to figure out which head to like pour water
Oh
on.
yeah, that was a good
fun.
one.
Yeah.
I like
I
the.
like Go ahead.
Go ahead, Yemi.
I like the opening with like all the destruction. It was pretty fun.
I like the town burning to the ground.
I like everyone dying.
No. I mean, no one dies in the movie except for the Queen Dragon. So.
I think some Vikings die. You just don't see them die. Like,
Name 'em.
Yeah.
there's
You
like
just
3
see-
ships that go out to find the nest, and then only one comes back.
Well, that one that came by was like packed with Vikings, so I think the other two
Like,
ships
yeah,
went
they
down and like
definitely
the
re-
Vikings
didn't-
went to the first one.
Yeah, not everybody died, but I bet there was at least 1 or 2 that died.
But you don't. It's not on screen, so how do you know?
It's
Maybe
not
they're
on
just
screen,
lost
right.
out at sea.
Maybe.
Oh.
There's dragons that died.
Is there?
Yeah,
I
like
think
one of the
so. They
dragons
never
got
really
eaten
killed
by
the
the
dragon.
queen.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
one.
Oh, that's true.
2 got eaten
Yeah,
by the
Vikings.
queen, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
2. Okay, that's 2.
I feel like one died earlier also.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, in that first scene, I think you see a Viking like decapitate a dragon or something.
I don't remember that. I don't think they're related to that.
So,
Just
They
crack
did.
his
They
neck.
did keep. They kept this movie pretty well in like the
G.
G area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't
I
think
think
there was
it's
any
implied.
decapitation.
Like you see the axe
Snap his
going and
neck.
it cuts away. You know, it was
Snap his
implied.
You just hear the crack.
Yeah. What was that,
They've-
mommy? Nothing.
They've killed hundreds of humans, but we've killed thousands of dragons.
that is true. They did kill thousands.
Well, there you go. Verbal proof.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, like, remember when? I'm not sure if they're talking more about the sheep or the dragons. When the father says, "I got a village to feed." It's like, were they gonna kill those dragons? Like, and
Interest, yeah, eat
them?
the meat from the dragon.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's what I thought they was meaning. Just like, going eat these dragons that are attacking a village.
Dragon meat is very, very well. It depends on which book you're reading. Sometimes it's very like good, and it's like a dragon steak. Sometimes it's like rancid and poisonous.
I guess it depends on the dragon.
There was a lot of poisonous like dragons still.
Yeah. Dude, there was a lot of dragons you see Hiccup look at in the book, like while I was flipping through the pages of that book, that I'm like, man, it'd be so cool if some of these dragons actually showed up in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Name the
Yeah.
movies, or actually, I should say.
Yeah, some show up in the sequels though, right?
Not much.
No.
There's not much.
Maybe
Different.
1 or 2. But not like any of the really, really cool ones that you see.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
Shame.
that like snake one with like a mouth full of teeth.
Yeah. The whisper.
Or the one that can like can just make a noise that like decapitates people.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's where the decapitation is.
Yeah, it was
In the book. It's true.
It was in
It's
the book,
drawn.
It's drawn.
Like you never see that dragon, or the one that cuts through like pine trees.
With his wings.
With the wings. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one I would
Now
like
I
to
wanted
see.
to see these movies.
Right? Maybe they're in the third one. I haven't seen the third one yet.
They're not.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I'm sorry to spoil, but they're
It's
Yeah,
been a
no,
while
it's
since I've
alright.
seen him. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, no, it's not really a spoil. Like I said, I figured.
not. Yeah. They're too gruesome, I guess, for them, or they just cost too much for it to animate.
Yeah, no, they're too gruesome. These are
Yeah.
ones that can't be trained because they're just like, oh, even if you did, like, I want to give you a hug. Shink. Oops, cut your head off.
Little
I was gonna
Johnny
say,
can't see that.
Little Jimmy.
I was gonna say, my favorite scene is either like the middle scene where the girl gets on the dragon the first time and they're like flying around in the clouds, or the final battle when they're like battling up in the clouds. I just really like clouds.
Oh yeah, we like that
Yeah, I do.
ending
I like clouds,
cloud
too.
scene. That was good.
All
I
the
just
cloud
really
stuff is
like.
good.
Yeah, I just love the way they did the cinematography. Like the directing in those scenes is just so well made, and like the way the camera moves. And I don't know how to explain it, but I just really like the way the action unfolded, or the way the scene unfolded in both those scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the whole battle with the last dragon, and I like that the last battle actually had consequences for Hiccup. Like that, now he matches Toothless when they're both missing a foot ish or fin.
Yeah,
foot,
either
same
half a tail or half a foot,
Wing.
or half yeah,
Tail. Tail would make more sense.
Yeah.
tail fin.
Yeah. Tail fin.
But yeah, I did appreciate that there were consequences. I mean, there should have been more consequences for the dad for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Throw him in jail.
I thought the dad was gonna die at the end. That's why I was like, oh, maybe he will. But no. Then again, it's a kids movie, so
Yeah, they don't like death.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
I
Disney's
feel like the
department
dad
right
should
there.
have at least lost like an arm or something.
Well, usually in kids' movies, like the mom or dad dies like at the beginning as like a
That's-
final
Yeah,
song
they
or
don't
something.
Like Disney
Yeah.
movies, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No
Disney,
other
not
company-
DreamWorks.
Yeah, no other company I think likes to kill off parents like that.
Pixar and Disney. That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. They would do have killing their parents.
I mean, damn, there's a whole short about for Up.
there was no mom in this movie, right?
Well, yeah, she
No.
died before
Mom
the movie.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the mom was mentioned. Well, not really
But hey, at
mentioned,
least we know the mom's breast size.
Right? Two completely different sizes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It
like
It's only
the
natural.
dad's head is like very
Well, I know.
tiny at the top.
Yeah, it's very
so
tiny
maybe-
at the top. So it's got this super, super tiny helmet, and then the Hiccup's head is normal size. So it's like, here's a normal size helmet. It's like, that's a little more lopsided than usual, but okay. It could happen, sure.
Yeah.
All right. Any other talking points you guys want to bring up?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Pretty much said everything I had to say.
I mean, I guess music was good. I enjoyed the music.
Oh yeah, we can definitely talk about the music because I thought it was like really well done. It was it matched all of the scenes, especially the suspenseful ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really didn't notice the music, so can't really comment.
It's fine. The normal scenes, like the music kind of drains out a little because you're just too focused on the actual what's happening. The music
I'm just
doesn't really
happy.
apply.
Yeah, I'm just happy that we didn't get like an all-star in the middle of it or something, which like works for
yeah.
Shrek.
But
Don't get me wrong,
it
it works for
was
Shrek, but
so
wouldn't work for this movie.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. Like there's some movies where like the music really takes you out of it. Other movies it's like really fantastic and you notice it, but this one's like more in the middle to where like it's good, but it's like nowhere near near the other extremes to where like you notice it so much.
Yeah, exactly.
It works with the scenes, and I didn't really notice it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just
it's
kind of
always a
there.
win. It's always a win when
Yeah,
it
That's
doesn't bring
always a
you
win.
out.
Yeah, as long as it's not
Yeah.
bad, it's a win.
Yeah, as long as they
Exactly.
don't start playing "Living the Vida Loca" in the middle.
or
Yeah.
Gangster's Paradise, like in
Yeah.
the Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
So weird.
It kind of ties and plays the cinematography because you're distracted by it. Like
Yeah.
especially like in the opening scene, you hear the classic "How to Train Your Dragon" music, and then the splash of the camera when you come from the wave, going
Yeah,
through
when
the
they're
wave.
zooming around the Viking village, it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like the lighting and like the smoke and stuff, that's all like perfect for animation and like
Yeah, it
when the
was like I said,
camera's panning over, it looks great.
it was just the
Mm-hmm.
character animation, which at the time wasn't as good as it is today.
Yeah,
Like I
that is
remember
true.
seeing, like I said,
Totally.
when I saw this back in 2010, I thought it was really good. Watching it now, it's like, I mean, it was good for its time.
Yeah, you gotta think about that. You can't like critique it for nowadays.
In its
We can't critique
prime,
it
it
too
was
much.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In its prime, it was fine.
This is my first time watching it, so I'm probably gonna judge it a little bit more harshly on the
that's
Uh
fair.
oh.
animation. But
It's my first time too. So.
Well, I say we get to votes then.
all right,
All right.
Coco, start us off.
Watching this movie again, I did still enjoy it. Like it's not a bad movie at all, I should say. I did notice just some like I just didn't know I noticed the animation over time. Like, but I still got remember it's 2010. It's not 2022 without CGI money. But overall, I still enjoyed the movie. So I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, this was like a really down the middle type movie for me. I mean, obviously, it's much more of a kids movie than I was expecting going into it. There wasn't really like a lot of things that I didn't feel had a good enough resolution to them, but it might be okay for a kid watching it, especially back in the day. So maybe I would feel a little bit differently if I had seen it before, but I haven't, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, the animation was distracting. I mean, it wasn't like so terrible that I barfed, but it was distracting enough that it kind of took me out of the movie a few times. But there were scenes where, like, yeah, it looked great. It looked beautiful. Like, I wish that the whole movie looked like the some of the sky boxes and stuff they had. And a lot of the voice acting was good, but I mean, Hiccup, just another thing that kind of took me out of the movie was Hiccup's voice. Every time that Hiccup would talk, I imagined a lot older person. And also, like, there were some repeated lines in there, like Hiccup just saying, "I'm sorry, it's all my fault," or whatever he said. I think he said that like 3 times during the movie, and I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, I felt like there were a few things that weren't really earned in the movie at the end of it all. But yeah, there was some good action in there. I liked the ending. Music was good, as we said. So yeah, it's kind of like right down the middle. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. The fact that there was like just Hollywood writing, I guess you could say, just oh, this happened because it can, I like a little more details on like certain stuff, and just the fact that like this girl all of a sudden is in love with Hiccup now, and it just that kind of stuff. The dad was a little annoying. I wish there was some more like actions, I guess, towards him. But yeah, he was really annoying, and the voice for Hiccup was also really annoying. Didn't bring me out as much as what Yemmy was saying, but it was still recognizable. And I was just kind of whatever. But the action scenes were fun. I liked the ending. The ending was fun. I liked the dungeon, like them learning how to like the battle dragons. Those were fun. I like those scenes. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of right with Greedy there. Animation, yeah, there's a little lackluster in spots, but in 2010, I can forgive that. Hiccup's voice, like even back when I first saw it, there's times just him talking takes me out of it. It's just like, what is that? It's like most everyone's kind of Scottish or English or something like that, and then there's just the kids aren't. Well, I mean, all the kids aren't. They're all English, or like American,
Mm.
which is a little weird. But it's like, all right, fine, whatever. But him, there were so many times he just delivered lines just so badly. But overall, like I said, I still love it. It's good, good story. It's fun. I will also be giving it a 3 out of 5.
All right. Well, I seem to enjoy it a little bit more than you guys. Like I have seen it recently, or not recently, but I have seen it before, and I kind of knew what to expect going in. Like I didn't really have any problems at all with the animations or most of the stuff. Only a few things here or there. Like yeah, like Hiccup's acting was kind of cringe at times, and the dad's face just always every time I saw it, it was just so unnerving for some reason. But it was for me. It was a very enjoyable movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I love the aerial scenes. Like they're really good cinematography with that, and like the music. I thought it accompanied it pretty good. And yeah, overall for me it'll be a 4 out of 5.
Okay, yeah, we're all kind of spread across the board today.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's a good movie.
Cool.
Enjoy it. Like I said, I enjoyed it enough to immediately watch the second one because I was like,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
what happened to the second one again?
Yeah.
So at least, and like I said, Hiccup does get better in the second one, like voice acting wise. Not
That's
great.
good to know.
Still not great, but still a little better.
Yeah.
Well,
Yemmy. Yep.
as you
Wait.
and the what?
Wait, hold on.
Alice.
Can we hold on before we do anything else? Yemi, did we get Greedy's score for Jackie Chan's First Strike?
Oh my gosh, you are so right. Greedy, we need your thoughts on the last movie, Jackie Chan's First Strike, or Police Story 4 First Strike.
Yeah, absolutely. I did enjoy it. It was much better than the third movie,
Super Cop.
Super Cop. Yeah, I had to think of the name. It was more enjoyable. I thought the martial arts was really, really well done in this, and it gave me like almost like the first movie kind of vibes. Just insane action and just funny. Just funny. Storyline and just funny parts and just overall cool action scenes. So I really did enjoy it, and much better than the third one. As I said, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm still in the middle of listening to the episode, so I'm not sure what you guys gave it.
You'll find out soon enough. Then.
I'm just thinking back on which is the fourth? I'm mixing up the third and fourth one. I think
Maybe.
The third one had the giant action scene and everything blew up. And
is the fourth one when they're undercover.
The fourth one's
yeah, the fourth one they're
yeah,
undercover and they like
and the aquarium.
go to Australia. Yeah, there's a shark.
Which one had? Okay, the shark one.
Yeah.
Wait, which one had Michelle Yao? That was the third one, right?
That was the third
Yeah,
one.
third one.
Okay. So the third one, they also went undercover.
Oh
yeah,
that's
they
true.
did. They did, yeah.
Yeah, because fourth one, he didn't really go undercover then, did he? Or did he?
No,
Well, he was
didn't.
undercover, but he was
kind
mostly
of.
just following the.
Oh no, that's right. No, he was just with different agencies, and then it turned out the agencies were bad. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's all coming back.
Agencies was undercover.
Yeah.
All right, Callus, anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything they want to say before we get to the movie recommendation?
No.
Nope.
All right. Okay. Here we go. So, as you may or may not know, Halloween is coming up, and the next episode is going to be the final one before Halloween, because this one's going to air on the 21st. So it won't be until we get another pick. Obviously, you guys can pick Halloween movies after it if you want to. I just wanted to do something special for the coming Halloween season, and what better way than to watch two Halloween horror thriller movies that I've never seen, and I don't know if you've ever seen them. So this is like a part 1, part 2 type deal. So I'm going to be recommending Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers, or CHUD. The first movie came out in 1984. It's CHUD like C.H.U.D.
Right.
But yeah, the first one came out in 1984. Was directed by Douglas Cheek. And the synopsis for this one is: a rash of bizarre murders in New York City seems to point to a group of grotesquely deformed vagrants living in the sewers. A courageous policeman, a photojournalist and his girlfriend, and a nutty bum who seems to know a lot about the creatures, band together to try and determine what the creatures are and how to stop them. Sounded kind of fun, I was just kind of like, looking through, some trailers and stuff like that. And then I saw the name of the second movie, and I said, you know what? We got to watch this one too.
I see.
Because this one's called Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Jeez.
And this one came out in 1989, directed by David Irving. And this one's synopsis is: a military experiment to create a race of super warriors goes awry as legions of murderous zombies are unleashed upon suburban neighborhoods. So it sounds like they're two completely different things, but they are technically, 1 and 2. There's no other movies, so I thought it'd be fun to do a double feature for Halloween.
All right, then.
Sounds
And
like
they're
a plan.
free on Amazon, you said, right?
Yes, they are free on Amazon Prime, so if you have that, you can just go ahead and watch them.
No, not free at no additional cost.
At no additional cost, yes. They're also available on iTunes, Vudu, and that's it, really. Those are the main ones.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Halloween movies leaving Prime in like 7 days, and I made sure that both these movies did not have that attached to them. So,
Okay, good.
Awesome.
no, yeah, they might be fun. They might not be. I
Yeah.
don't know. They sounded like a fun 80s romp. So
Yeah, that sounds
I
like
thought-
something that I would watch with friends, and we would heckle it while watching.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
Never heard
hopefully
of it,
it's a
never
good
seen
conversation.
It, so we'll see.
And we can curse Yemmy if they're not good.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
As I always say, if it's good, you're welcome. If it's bad, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
But I thought you were gonna recommend a new police story, Yemmy.
I was. If you guys didn't want to do the double story, I'll just say it now. If you guys didn't want to do the double feature, I was going to recommend The Fly with.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. I've never actually seen The Fly, but I've never seen Chud either, so it'll be fun either way.
I'll
Yeah, I
keep
don't
I'll
think
keep
I've
it in my
seen
back
The
Fly.
pocket for next year.
For next Halloween.
Next
Sounds
Halloween.
good.
Such a long time away.
When we're in
All right,
season
so-
5.
Yeah, if you, the listener, don't want to be spoiled, or if you want to join the conversation for Chud 1 and 2, Bud of the Chud, or Chud the Bud, make sure you watch both of them before the next episode airs in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be talking about the Chud movies. The Chud Cinematic Universe, the CHUDM. Oh, wait, no, CU.
No, see you. The
Just see you.
the Chud coup.
But yeah, should be a fun conversation either way, I hope. But yeah, and also big thanks to Coco for joining us here today. Coco, is there anything you want to say or plug before we go?
Yeah, I had lots of fun today, and I just want to end it on fuck Pharaoh.
Wait, what?
And
I
on
said
what?
I end it on fuck Pharaoh.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
fellow.
fellow. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't hear you. I was like, what?
I thought you were saying, I thought you said fuck Pharaoh, and like,
Yeah,
who's Pharaoh?
Fuck
Who's
phone?
Pharrell?
I was-
Is that your
phone?
teacher with COVID? Yeah, well, okay, yeah. Fuck fellow. Well, I'll say it with you then.
I don't
All
know
right.
why we're saying it, but no. Unless he deserved it.
Yeah, he does deserve it.
Oh,
You know why?
okay, fuck fellow.
You know why?
Isn't
he
he like
does not
paralyzed or
clean his
something right
house.
now? Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, then.
No,
Yeah,
he doesn't.
yeah, I hear. Yeah, that's actually why he can't walk right now. He forgot to clean his ass. And
This is why you need to clean your ass, people.
Yeah, cool. Wipe your ass.
Not just wipe, clean it.
Yes, clean it.
all right, well, I am Yemmy the Ferret, and I've been here with.
Greedy waffles.
Damation.
Oh, Calistuff the Blue.
and Coco Gaming.
Wait, I thought you were CocoControl.
Coco Control.
Yeah.
Or are you
I-
demonic? Who are you?
We got the wrong Coco on here, didn't we? Oh, no.
You guys,
And
why am I the only one with the Viking name here? Disappointed in you guys.
I mean, I wasn't really into the movie, so I wasn't really thinking of a name.
Aw.
So
So I got
All
nothing.
right.
I mean,
I don't know about Tay's excuse.
I'm just, a guy that was from America here, just thrown into a Viking world, and I was just like, huh, neat. So I was always Taymation still.
Anyway, we are Film Freaks with a Z. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Clean your ass.
Clean it.